February 21st. It is the end of October 2022, and I'm here at the most successful area of the entire property. It's the area that obviously has the best soil. And if you look at one of the previous videos of the least successful area, it is night and day compared to that. We got nice sunshine. We've been having good sunny days here all week, and actually torrential rains at night. We've been having thunderstorms that last the entire night, with really heavy rains that have overflowed the creeks around here. And actually pretty scary storms. We've had bolts and flashes, about 1 to every 2 seconds. And couldn't get much sleep because of that. We're basically just holding on for dear life at night. We had a few bolts, really powerful bolts, hit less than a kilometer from the house. And we had a little bit more rain this morning, and now the sun's out, and so everything's in a really nice growth spurt. It was a good start to the rainy season. So this area is actually in need of a little bit of tree thinning at this point. So I'm gonna head down there, and we've got an ice cream bean tree that's shading out some more of our specimen fruit trees. So I'm gonna go ahead down there and take a look at that right now. So you can see everything's really saturated down here right now. We've got lots of our big specimen fruit trees here. That's a Caimito, already over 3 meters tall. We've got elephant grass there, both the purple and the green variety. There's a tree there called a Palillo, which is a Gustavia species, similar to actually a Guava. And here's a smaller Caimito. We've got all these ice cream bean trees right here that have started actually shading out the grass at this point. The only thing that's able to tolerate it a little bit is that elephant grass there. We planted some climbing chayotes here up on these ice cream bean trees, and those are fruiting right now too. Also planted some of these pink bananas in the understory because they're a little bit more shade tolerant than the grasses that were here. And you can see there's one of the chayotes up there hanging off the branch of the guava tree. There's a couple more behind it. It's a really big mango tree here. All of these were planted a little bit less than 3 years ago. So when you've got good soil, you can definitely see the potential growth in this climate. Of course, here's an area that's a little bit more open. We've got our big Schizolobium overstory going there. This is a species of ice cream bean here. A little bit more of a, these two are more palatable varieties. And then behind them there, we've got an avocado tree. This is an Uvilla, an Amazon tree grape. We've got our elephant ears there too. And then here's avocado. This one's not doing very well. The one over there is doing a little bit better. A lot of these were grafted trees, and actually the graft is probably not a good variety for where we live. So that one, the graft actually dies a lot of the time, and then you get the resprouts and the suckers, and those actually end up doing better usually. So anyway, there's a guava tree right here that I'm gonna ring it. So I'm gonna do a double girdle on the trunk, and you can see this avocado here looks like it's suffering a little bit because it has lots of shade here in the afternoon from this guava tree, or I should say ice cream bean. Guava is the local name for it, just kind of confusing. And This one right here is actually a sour sop. It's one of the bigger sour sops we have on the property. And then there behind it with all those nice green leaves fleshed out, that's a different Annona species. We have some avocados in the back there. There's a really big Majambo tree back there too. Nice big mango. And this is what they call an Hubus, which is, I think, Spondias purpurea, which is a relative of the Pouteria. And then of course we got other ice cream beans. So basically the idea is just to thin out this, and by girdling the tree instead of just chopping it down, we're gonna have a little bit better success in terms of these other trees that we're trying to favor. If we were to just chop it down, there's a good chance that some of these other trees would end up getting sunburned, like this avocado, because from one day to the next, all of a sudden they've got a lot more sunlight. And the sun is actually very powerful this time of year, pretty much directly overhead where we live. And so yeah, we've got a big Caimito back there. There's an Annona. This is a sour sop. We've got an avocado, and then there's more of a preferred ice cream bean species. The fruits are a little bit better quality than these ones, and we're actually losing most of these ice cream beans this year to the parrots. So we don't really take advantage of them anyway. And if we thin this out, it'll slowly, the leaves will begin to wilt by girdling the tree. And then they'll drop, and the twigs next will drop, and small branches after that, and so on and so forth, until the tree is completely dead. But if we're lucky, the tree will probably resprout there on the trunk below the girdle. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of that. But anyway, this just gives you a nice vantage of the most successful area of the property here. I've made my cuts here now on the trunk. You can see in two different spots, one right there and one right there. That just ensures that in case maybe a little bit's connected down here, that it will be interrupted up here. So hopefully the tree will start to dry out little by little. That's the idea, is we want to just slowly but surely thin out this canopy to let more light down to the other trees that we're trying to favor. And down here, just I don't know if this will come out very well on the camera, but this is an example of why the trees here are so successful. I mean, this is really good soil. It's nice dark black color. It looks like coffee grounds almost, or almost like somebody came and dumped an entire load of worm castings out here, but that's just the natural soil. And yeah, we had the chickens out here a little bit too, so they kind of helped aerate it. But what was here before is obviously much better than what was on the rest of the property. So this is fueling the growth over here. Perfect. So I mean, this is almost like a product. You could put it in a bag and sell it. Anyway, that's all for today. Until next time, goodbye.